Everyone, my name is Varana Pustawan and welcome back with me. In this video, I'm gonna explain to you about my final exam report, especially in fluid mechanics bypass that we uh, finished the exam. Okay, let's go to the video. The first thing first, I'm gonna talk about intention when I'm doing some final exams. And yesterday with Padai, my intention while doing this exam, and I sit down to delve into the fascinating world of fluid mechanics, and I'm feeling with a sense of purpose and determination. I intend to truly explore the characteristics of the field, which plays such a crucial role in understanding various phenomena in our daily life, from the flow of water in rivers, or to the circulation of blood in our veins. Fluid mechanics is essential for grasping the underlying principles that govern this process. As you know, the fluid mechanics is essential underlying principle that govern this process. This video, I'm going to talk you about my 5 problems about the application of fluid dynamics. So, the first thing to explain my intention is about to solve my question. That question one, where that by the gift is about example of the flow through an orifice matter. As you know, an airflow rate of up to 1 meter cubic per second at standard condition is expected in 1.0.55 meters diameter duct, and orifice meter is used to measure the rate of flow. The manometer available to measure measurement has a maximum range of 300 millimeter of water. This question is determine the diameter of the orifice plate that should be used with a D and deeper to pressure taps. Determine the head loss if the flow area at the vena contract is 0.65 of the orifice diameter. Okay, uh, I'm gonna explain you with my PDF of my worksheet. So first, the initial thinking of this question one is from the question one about, as you know, is about flow through a duct and orifice. And we got some parameter is rho equals to 1.23, mu equals to 1.56 times 10 minus 5. For the D1 or diameter 1 equals to 1 at 0.55, and for the Q equals to 1 meter per second cubic. And the C orifice is 0.62625, and the range is 0.30 meter. Then this parameter is used to define diameter and head loss in flow area. For the idealization, we got some equations or formula that helpful to me or us to define some diameter and height loss in flow area. The first thing of the equations is the governing equations defined by these equations, the pressure difference equations, Reynolds number, heat equations, and the fourth head loss equations. It's some formula of the we define height, force equations, and pressure equations. With assumption of these questions is the A1 times V1 quadrat, sorry, nggak dimasukin, equals to A3 times V3 quadrat. The assumption is FB, force in B is 0, and delta Z are neglect. Uniform flow pressures at A and B. So this determines different flow pressures at the point A and point B. So, and lastly, no frictions. The instruction first is, as you know, we got the air standard density, air viscosity. We can get the Reynolds number by given that air AD1 equals to rho VD1 per mu. And we got some simply equation. So the RAD1 is rho times 4Q per mu times P times D1. We substitute these parameters as you know above from these questions, and we got the answer is 3.5 times 10 5 for the Reynolds number. So our first guess with the value of D1 is 1.165 meters, which yields value is B of 0.7. The orifice coefficient is about 0.65, 625. Then we get the pressure difference of the P1 and P2. By these equations, we get the difference pressure equation is the 2070 Pascal. So the corresponding height of water column is in the mathematic. We can divide two by this substitute the formula is of H equals to P2 min P1 per G times raw water. We got some answer about the 211 millimeters. So after we get some H, we get different pressures and Reynolds. We can evaluate permanent of head loss by these equations. That with the assumption of A1 V1 quadrat equals to A3 V3 quadrat, and we get the delta Z. We got the H1T is equal to P1 min P3 per row, which means the P1 min P2 min P3 min P2. P1 we can divide by this, and P3 we can be divided by this. That we substitute the governing equations as we know about in idealization, but Fs plus Fbc equals to d per dt integral Cv rho beta dv the area plus integral Cv v, apa ya? V P rho V times dA. Okay, we substitute this Vs plus Vbc by basic equation of force. We get some P2 min P3 times A1 is equal to U2 min rho V2 A2 plus U3 times P rho V3 A3. We can simply that equations about P3 min P2 equals to V2 min V3 times rho times Q per A1, and we got some V2 is equal to Q per A2. That I can simplify that about A2 is divided by 0.65 B quadrat A1. So this last simple equation of the V2. Thus, we can substitute the P3 and P2 equals to PQ quadrat mean A1 quadrat times 1 per 0.65 B beta quadrat means minus 1. That this is the A1 we got from this equation about is theory pies times the A1 for define some luas dari sisi tersebut gitu. Dari A2 misalnya. Dari A1 gitu. Jadi we got P3 min P2 is equals to 1290 Newton per meter kuadrat. And we substitute back the P1 and P3, P3 and P2. That means in what H1T, and we got some H1T is equals to 2830 minus 1290 times 1 per 1.23 kilogram equals to 1250 mass per kilogram. And we got some a pressure loss of these questions is P1 min P3 equals to P1 per P1 minus P2. Because some that's main we can determine some pressure loss, and we get some pressure loss is 0.44. The answer. Okay. Next, for the question number 2, the intention of this question number 2 is we can solve about the spray heads in agricultural spraying system are to supplied with water through 1500 feet of ground aluminum tubing from an engine driven pump. And in its most efficient operating range, the pump is the pump output is 1500 ppm at a discharge pressure not exceeding 65 psig. For the satisfactory operation, the sprinklers must operate the 30 psig or higher pressure. Minor loss and elevation change may be neglected. Determine the small standard pipe size can be used. So in these questions, we design some pipe that we can determine and calculation which the size can be small standard that we can use in these spray heads in agricultural spraying system. Okay, first the initial thinking. We get the maybe some free body diagram about these questions. As we know, a pump is uh, pulled by Q divided by 1500 GPM with a length of the 1 to D is 1500 feet, and the P1 is equals than 65 psig, and P2 is greater greater uh greater than 30 psig. We got some P max or pressure maximum is determine these two pressures. So 65 min 30 is 35 psi for the delta V maximums. So utilization, as we know, is the some important formula that we use to solve these equations. So the first thing is the pressure equations that divide by delta P equals to P1 min P2, or we can simplify as F time length per diameter times rho V quadrat per 2. And the Reynolds equations is given by rho times velocity times diameter per mu. That we conclude about the equation of the Reynolds equations in this problem is the 4q per p times v times d. Okay, with the assumption is based on these questions is a steady flow. For the 2 is incompressible flow, and the H1T equals to H1, and the Z2 equals to Z2, and the velocity in the 1 equals to velocity in the 2, or equals to rate velocity with the percepatan di 1 kurang lebih sama dengan percepatan di 2. Okay, let's go to the instructions. So we can divide by governing equations by P1 per rho plus A1 times P1 quadrat per 2 plus GZ1 minus P2 per rho plus A2 times V2 quadrat per 2 plus GZ2 equals to H1T. That H1T is H1 plus H1M, which is force times L per D times V2 quadrat per 2. Okay, then we define some okay for the first equation is for this equation is difficult to solve for the D because both V and F depend on D. The best approach is used to computer applications such as Excel automatically solve for D, For completeness, here we shown the manual iteration procedure. The first express is we use the delta P Reynolds number in terms of key instead of V. So the first thing first is we define the delta P. The delta P is simply as F times L per D times rho per 2 times 4Q per P times D quadrat. That we got these equations by this delta P sorry defined by Reynolds numbers in these questions. In this we define P as Reynolds number. Sorry, we define this by the V as a Reynolds number, and we get the equations. Conclusion is for the delta P is 8 times L F rho times Q quadrat per P quadrat times D 5. So we get the Reynolds number such as rho times V times D per mu. That's simply as for Q per Q V times D quadrat times B per F. So we get the conclusion. Oh, sorry, this is a D. So we get the conclusions is the Reynolds number in terms of Q is for Q per mu V D. Finally, Q must be converted to cubic per feet per second. So Q divided by 1,500 times goal per min times min per 60 seconds times feet cubic per 7.58 48 goals, which means divided by we have the conclusion of the key is 3.34 feet per second. Okay. For an initial gas, we take 4 nominal in by the pipe. We get some 4 times Q is 33.34. This is for the diameter, and sorry, this is from fuel fee. We simplify the for Q per P times V times D equals to 4 per V times 3.34 1 per 1.21 times 10 pangkat minus 5 times 1 per 4.26 times 12 equals to 1.606 times 10.6 for the Reynolds numbers. So for the round tubing, and A equals to 5.10 minus 6, and hence of diameter is 1.5 times 10 minus 5 pangkat minus 5 for ground tubing. By we calculate the we see from the table from the book, we got the delta P is divided by 8 times F L rho Q quadrat per P quadrat times D pangkat 5 equals to 8 per P quadrat times 0.012 times 500 times 1.95 times 3.34 quadrat times 1 per 4.026 pangkat 5 times 1,728, and we got the delta P is 172 lbf per inch, which means is greater than the P max or the rho max. Sorry. So for the ground tubing and the 5, we can calculate by determine we can determine the delta V equals to 8 per P times 0.013 times 500 times 1.894 times 3.34 times 1 per 6.065 pangkat 5 times 12 pangkat 3. This is the determined for we assume we can search, kita bakal cari sekiranya kalau delta P-nya tubing ini 6 inci itu berapa gitu. Then we get some answers is 24 lbf per inch quadrat, which means is lower than the Rho max, P max. Get the Reynolds number for the drown tubing, the 6 is less than the allowable pressure drop. We should check 5 in nominal pipe with an actual ID of 5 inch is equals to 5.057. So before that, you can explain the Reynolds number for the verifikasi allowable pressure itu. Jadi we define some Reynolds number. Ini Reynolds numbernya kita gunakan 5,047 untuk kita mengecek sekiranya kalau misalnya 5 inci itu dia bakal lebih atau kurang dari Pmax gitu. So now we get the Reynolds number by these equations. We got the from down. We search that P delta V for the down tubing with 5 inch. So the delta P is equals to 8 per V quadrat times 0.022 times 500 times 1.094 times 3.34 quadrat times 1 per 5.047, which means for the tubing diameter pangkat 5 times 12 cubic times LBF as quadrat per slug per dot at times if FT. So we got the delta P is equals to 56.4 lbf per inch cubic, which means is greater than the P max or the pressure max. So this is this criterion for the pressure drop is satisfied for minimum nominal diameter of the 6 inch gitu. Jadi dari sini kita bisa melihat kriteria yang dapat dibuktikan bahwa minimum nominal diameter dari 5 inci ini bisa nahan delta P sebanyak berapa gitu. Oke. We next for the third questions. As we know about third question is define the declaration of an automobile by a drag parachute. The dragster weighing 1,600 lbf against a speed of 270 miles per hour in the quarter miles. Immediately after passing through the lights, the driver opens the drag parachute over area A equals to 25 feet quadrat, and then rolling resistance of the car may be neglected. Find the time required for the machine to declare to 100 miles per hour in standard A. Okay, based on these questions, we got the initial thinking, which we got some FBD, and we solve some FBD. The determine is we assume about the arah gaya to the right is positive, and for the left is negative. So we can divide by this FBD. It's mean FD equals to M dot A, which equation we can conclude that M times dV per dt, because A itu turunan dari v kecepatan gitu. Itu kan uh, semenjak kita tahu bahwa CD itu sama dengan FD per setengah kali A kali V kuadrat kali A, kita dapat juga FD itu sama dengan setengah dikali CD dikali B dikali V kuadrat kali A. Ini adalah parameter. These are parameters that we know from these questions. So for the realizations, we must choose the right formula for solve these equations. For the first is the Newton's second law that refers to minus 1/2 CD rho V quadrat A equals to m times dv per dt. We got some drag equations too. CD equals to FD per 1.2 rho pressure V, sorry, rho V quadrat times A for the time equations. As you can see from these equations. So for the interaction, for the instructions, we separating variables and integrating by this formula. We can obtain the 1/2 CP times 4 times A per M times T equals to minus 1 per V integral by the F0 to VF. And we got some minus of the 1 per VF plus 1 per VO equals to minus VO min VF per VF VO. So we can conclude that T we can substitute the T is equals to by these equations is VO min VF per VF VO times 2m CD rho A. This is a basic equations by Newton law that defined by T is to apa ya, jarak kecepatan kali waktu. Ya, berarti waktu itu jarak dibagi kecepatan. Nah, ini di define-nya untuk tadi kita substitute about uh, the velocity. Okay, so after that, we model the drag cube as a hemisphere with open and facing flow, and assuming the Reynolds number is greater than 10 pangkat 3. Lalu kita substitute with numerical values of this as we know about before. So the T is equals to 270 min 108 and 1 min 100 times 2 times 1600 times 1 per 100 times 1 per 270 times 1 per 1.2 times 1 per 0.00238. The 238 ini is a row from the junction. Okay, 8 times 1 per 55 at 25 times 1 per 32.2 and times we change the equations to the second second per hour. As we know about is a minute per hour. We got the T that times required for the machine declared to 100 miles per hour in standard air is 5.05 seconds. Okay, for the question 4, maybe a little bit different from uh, another questions, because this question 4 is we define some formula about the flow in open channels. Okay, so let's go to the initial thinking. As we know, the flow in open channels, that flow moving at speed delta v and fluid at rest in the sections. Okay, you can define the delta v, then y, delta y. After the speed, sorry, the flow. So in the it's absolute coordinate. So okay, sorry. I forgot about something. So this picture is to define some absolute coordinates when this flow in open channels, that wave moving at speed at a speed c to these sections by fluid mengikuti moving speed at c delta v, as you know about, and fluid at rest. Okay, nah, for this second picture is defined by coordinates at rest relative to the wave. When the control volume, the difference of this picture on this picture is by these coordinates at relative to wave is a control volume to determine the fluid moving at speed of c reverse to this coordinates gitu. Jadi di mana ini yang pertama ini adalah koordinat yang absolut, dia bahkan akan terus ke sini. Misal air di pantai gitu, dia bakal terus jalan ke situ. Itu absolute coordinates. Nah, sedangkan kalau yang ini itu ada kontrol volumenya, di mana kadang misal ketika kita naruh air di akuarium gitu, misal kita punya akuarium terus kita goyang ke kanan gitu. Nah, ini akuarium itu disebut control volume, dan wave at rest-nya itu dia karena dia terbatas oleh control volume tersebut, itu malah mereverse to the initial si fluid speed and movingnya ini gitu loh. Which means divided by c, so the fluid moving at speed is c minus delta v, for the distance is delta x, and height is y. Okay, this is a distance when how far this fluid moving speeds at a counter volume gitu. So the idealizations is to define this picture is the first thing first, we must know about the essentials formula in incompressible flow. In incompressible flow, the rho is constant, so dv per dt equals to 0. That luas times velocity is 0 too. So secondly, for the momentum equation, the defined by rho times dv per dt plus v times area times v equals to minus v minus velocity rho plus mu velocity kuadrat area kuadrat v plus rho g. For the control volume, we get the fs plus fp minus integral from c control volume times arf times pdv rho dv equals to d per dt control for integral control volume velocity of xyt rho dv plus integral of control system fxyz times rho fy f v xyz times dA. So for the instructions is by this assumptions. Oh sorry, I'm not mentioning the assumptions. That assumption is steady flow, incompressible flow, uniform velocity at each sections, and hydrostatic pressure distribution of each sections. This is some distribution for each sections, and frictionless flow. So there's neglect. Okay. So for the first assumption is valid. For the control volume is shift coordinates. For the assumption number 2 is obviously valid for the liquid flow. For the assumption 3 and 4 are commonly used for all channel flows. For assumption 5 is valid in this case because we assume area which is X bekerja pada B times dx. B times dx ini is relatively small, so the total friction force is negligible. For the assumption 5 is valid too. So this 5 assumptions is valid. Okay. Sorry, for the 3 and 4 is commonly used is valid too, which means as this by this assumption and by this picture we get assumptions for this steady flow, this is incompressible flow, this is uniform velocity is a section, this is a hydrostatic pressure distribution of each sections, and a frictionless flow. And by this those assumptions are valid. Okay. So, for incompressible flow with a uniform velocity of its sections, the continuity equation is defined by sigma Cs equals to V times area equals to 0. And we obtain some C mean delta V times Y plus delta YB minus CYB equals to 0. And we can get the CY mean delta VY plus C times VY mean delta V times delta Y mean CY equals to 0. For these equations. And we get the delta V by substitute by simplified these equations is V equals to C times delta Y per Y plus delta Y. Okay, we substitute the delta V and we got some the Fx is equals to F because okay, sorry. So for the momentum equations, again, the assumption of uniform velocity of each sections, we use the following from the x component of the momentum. So the Fx is Fs1 plus Fb1 equals to d per dt integral Cv u rho mu rho times the area plus sigma Cs or control system times mu times rho times V times dA. And the steady term of the d dt disappears as the flow is steady by these assumptions, and the body force Fs is 0 for a horizontal flow. So we can obtain the Fs1 is sigma 7 rho system mu rho V times area. Okay. The surface force is consists of pressure force of two ends by assumptions, and we neglect some frictions. So the gauge pressure of the two ends is hydrostatic. The static force of Fr on a submerged vertical surface of area A is given by a simply result is the Fr equals to rho C times A. So where P is the pressure of the centroid of the vertical surface for to vertical surface of the control volume that we have the Fs1 is equal to Fr left minus FL right is equals to PCA left minus PCA right. And we got some last final equation is rho times G times B per 2 times Y plus delta Y quadrat mean rho G dot times B per 2 times Y quadrat. So we can substitute that equation 1 until 4. So we can conclude that the Fs1 is rho GB per 2 times y plus delta y quadrat, mean rho GB per 2 times y quadrat equals to the sigma CS of the mu times rho times V times area. And we get some conclusions by we define some rho GB, some sigma CS. We get concludes that minus of the C mean minus delta V times rho times C mean delta V times Y plus delta Y times B minus CP times means CYB. So, basis equations of the two terms breeze are equals. The continuity, the momentum equation can be simplified to as gy times delta y plus g delta y quadrat per 2 equals to yc delta v. And we get we can simplify to g times 1 plus delta y per 2y times delta y equals to c delta v. So we get a conclusion for the g times 1 plus delta y per 2y times delta y is equal to c quadrat times delta y per y plus delta y. Nah, after that, we can solve for the c quadrat. Okay, we can solve for the c quadrat by simplify this equation. That's c quadrat is equals to gy times 1 plus delta y per 2y 2y times 1 plus sigma delta y per y. And for waves of relatively small amplitude between delta y is lower than y, we can simplify the expressions to c equals to akar dari g times y. Okay, so lastly, from the question 5, the intention of this question says we determine the choke flow in converging nozzles. So as we know, airflow is centripetally through the converging nozzle at a section the nozzle area is 0.013 feet quadrat. The local pressure, temperature, Mach number 60 psi for the Fahrenheit 0.52 respective. The back pressure is 30 psi. The Mach number at the throat, the mass flow rate, and the throat are to be determined. Okay. For the initial thinking, we get some based on this picture. We got some parameter that is the M1, T1, rho 1, A1, and the PB is the 3 PSIA. And we got the TO based on the TO and VO and pressure O to the 1 and T conditions. But the variable we can find is the find some MT. So the variable will help us to find some MT and AC. So for the derivation, the formula that help us to define these three questions is first is the stagnant equations by define is by the rho 1 or the initial pressure is equals to P1 times 1 plus Q1 constanta minus 1 per 2 times M1 kuadrat pangkat K per K-1. So for the mass flow rate is simplified as F1 equals to M1 times C1 equals to M1 akar konstanta kali R kali T1. Mana for the mass flow rate is rho 1 times V1 times A1. And for the AT equals to A per M1 equals to times to 1 plus K minus 1 per 2 M1 quadrat per constanta plus 1 per 2. Okay, so for the first thing first, we take the choking. So to determine flow isentropic down to PB. To check, we evaluate the stagnation conditions. So this is the check of stagnant equations, and we substitute some parameters that we know from these equations, and we get some pressure initials is 72 PSI A. So we can calculate the pressure back ratio by divide PB per row initials is equals to 30 per 72 is equal to 0.40 417. Then that is lower than 0.528 that conclude about the flow is choke. And so for the flow choke, we got the MT is equals to 1. Okay, so the mass flow rate may be found for the situation for these conditions. Substitute for the M1 and C1. We get the M1 from the parameter before, and we get the M1 times C1 is equal to M1 times akar K times R times T1 is equals to 0.55 times 1.4 times 53.3 times 460 plus 40, and we change to Reaumur, and we times 32.2, and we can divide some equations. The answer is 570 feet per second. So for the P1, we can get by the mass flow rate equations. So the P1 is rho 1 per R times T1. So we get the 6 times the 53.3 times 1 per 500 Reaumur times 1 44. It's we get concludes about the P1 is 0.3 for 24 RPM per feet cubic. Then we substitute to get mass flow rate equation. The mass flow rate is equals to 0.34 324 times 570 times 0.013 is equals to 2.40 lbm per second. So after that, we can define some area. It means the A1 is equals to A dot. We assume this is A dot for the A. So the last 82 A dot or the apa ya, situasi lain lah. Jadi kayak luas yang di sini nih kita anggap ya. Dimana luas di sini tuh sebenarnya sama aja kayak A dot gitu. A1 per A dot is equals to 1 per MT times 1 plus K minus 1 per 2 dikali M1 kuadrat plus plus 1 per 2 dipangkatin K plus 1 per 2 kali K minus 1 is equals to 1 per 0.55 times 1 plus 1.2 times 1.52 kuadrat per 1.2 pangkat 3. Then we can conclude that a A1 is A1 per A dot is equals to 1.303, that we know the AT is equals to A dot. So the AT or A dot is equals to A1 per 1.303, and we got concludes that the AT is 9.89 times 10 pangkat 3 feet. So this is for me for the final report in fluid mechanics final exams for this report, and I hopefully can be helpful for support each other to even some fluid mechanics problems on the real life base. So then I think this is for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.